The Upper Verde River is a sliver of green threading through harsh, dry, and rocky central Arizona, a lush corridor of rich riparian habitat. Bubbling up from springs fed by the Big Chino Aquifer, it is one of Arizona's few perennial rivers, and it is astonishingly beautiful. But the river faces many challenges. Illegal ATV access is a serious and growing problem. The Upper Verde will dwindle to a trickle if water is harvested for Prescott area growth. Water pollution from sewage threatens endangered species, and careless campers litter the banks. To learn more, I hiked upriver from Perkinsville Bridge to the headwaters at Highway 89, about 30 miles in 3 days. Follow me along my hike. Let me show you the Upper Verde River. There's no trail. You just push through the brush, wade the river, and climb the cliffs. The Verde is rich in wildlife. Turkey vulture, hawks, bald and golden eagle, heron, raven, countless songbirds, and the jumpiest ducks I've ever seen. The U.S. Forest Service prohibits motorized access to the river, but illegal ATV campers leave a mess. From Hell Canyon, the Verde turns south, splashing through an isolated, pristine, narrow canyon with access only by foot or boat. At Duff Springs, these old corrals recall the area's ranching heritage. ATVs ignore signs, ride around barriers, and then tear up the river. ATV tracks cover ancient ruins, which are picked clean of potsherds and tool flakes. Upriver from Verde Ranch, cattle ranching and private property become prevalent. An enormous natural gas pipeline approaches on the north bank, and on the south bank is ready to tunnel under the river. Owned by the Nature Conservancy, Verde Springs pours out groundwater. This is the base flow of the Upper Verde River. Above the Granite Creek confluence, Stillman Lake is guarded by a bald eagle. The ancient ones left hundreds of petroglyphs. Standing at this observatory rock, the sun rises over Little Thumb Butte on the winter solstice. Here we are at the headwaters of the Verde, Sullivan Dam Lake and Cabin, ruins owned by the city of Prescott. Standing on the dam, looking downstream, these two old bridges mark the birth of a troubled river. Now under construction, Drake Cement promises to operate a modern, clean facility, but the permitted emissions are enormous. The Verde is in trouble. Rapidly growing cities plan to tap the Big Chino Aquifer, which supplies more than 80% of the Upper Verde spring flow. Hydrologists agree, if Prescott pumps with no mitigation plan, the Upper Verde flow will shrivel, damaging many species. The U.S. Forest Service tries to keep vehicles out of the river, but they are simply overwhelmed. A City of Prescott contractor dumps untreated sewage sludge on this field, only 8,000 feet upstream from the Verde headwaters. A county-designated Class A floodplain, the field frequently floods and then drains a sewage T into the Verde. The river has defenders, too. It is essential habitat for a half-dozen imperiled birds and fish. The Nature Conservancy is positioned to protect Verde Springs. The Center for Biological Diversity will use the law to protect threatened species. Collecting data for potential legal action, the Sierra Club Water Sentinels measures the water flow and quality monthly.